missed my stool.
Hey everybody, I'm back. I have gotten some new things. You'll see new things behind me. You will see my new desk. And I'm recording on my new Canon T5. So my cell phone, while it does record up to 1080p, it's super inconvenient because I was having to use rubber bands to attach it to a tripod. And while that, making the best of the worst situation, not really ideal, because it fell off very often, and my already cracked screen became more cracked because of it. So I'm happy to make things a little easier on me. It's better to have proper equipment and to be able to produce things that don't look amateur, because believe it or not, I do know quite a bit about producing video. So it's super awesome that I'm able to come to you in this way. I do have some things I want to talk about. While I have been gone for a while, I haven't been lazy, been kind of busy as far as from the social media aspect, not point, because that is not a word, or it could be, you never know. So here's the thing, I understand completely why businesses hire social media directors. It's a giant time suck, and you can get lost in it, and you'll be doing nothing but talking to people or friend requesting people for days on end. I got lost in that for about a week. My wife suggested that I just start friending random locals and just trying to get myself out there and market myself a little bit better, because while I do have a following of people, my previously 130 friends who are already overexposed to my face and my art and everything else, there's only so much that you can do there. And so I went on this Facebook friending rampage where I friended 2,500 people within the course of a week and a half time. A few things that I learned. So when you friend that many people, you're going to expect to get a few "who are you" messages, and I did get those, but not nearly as many as I would have liked. I'd say about 95%, now this is just an estimate, but 95% of that 2,500 people accepted without question. They didn't care who I was, they didn't want to know what I was doing, why I was friending them. That's scary. I mean, it is. In the world that we live in now, you hear so many stories about bad things happening to good people from, this random person popped up on their social media of choice, whether it be Twitter, Facebook, whatever, and then, stalkers or whatever. I mean, it was mind-blowing how many people did not care that this random, 20-something guy was wanting into their life. Because that's what social media really is. It's your life. It's oftentimes a very skewed view of your life, but it's still, the people that you let in can reflect either greatly or poorly upon you. So it was kind of disconcerting that so many, especially women were accepting my friend request within a minute, 2 minutes maybe, of me sending it. The fact that so many people of all age groups, I friend requested people that were underage, and they were, they accepted, and it's just, kind of scary. I mean, granted, I had the best intentions, and I'm not, out to abduct anybody or stalk anybody. I mean, because I don't have time for that. But as a parent, it's kind of frightening to know that eventually, while my daughter isn't involved in social media or anything like that, eventually she will be. And, so many people just don't care who they let in. I did get surprised by one mother who, asked me what I was doing, friend requesting her 17-year-old kid. So that was nice and a little reassuring. But for the most part, I mean, if you look at the sheer percentage of the numbers, it's too much. So, don't do that. I mean, I appreciate it because I benefited from it, because my, my face is out there, my art is out there, my, my personality that I'm putting out into the internet is reaching far more people than it ever has. So for that, I'm grateful. But at the same time, don't do stuff like that, people. Like, at least ask the person what their intentions are. Now, granted, sociopaths, they can lie really well. And they can also, I'm not a serial killer. Oh, okay. But, I mean, also pay no attention to this. I'm not here to kill you. Nor is the Joker, because that's just a poster. So yeah, don't do that. But going back to the time suck aspect of it, because that's all I was doing. I was friend requesting people and talking to people and getting my art out there and getting, commissions. So all of those things were positive. I was making money from putting more effort into marketing myself better. But it just took so much effort and so long, and I understand completely now that there is a designated job within larger corporations that handle all of those things, because that's all I did 12 hours a day. So now that I've kind of dwindled that down a little bit, I mean, even Facebook, they said, "Whoa, buddy, whoa, you have added too many people in a short period of time. Like, you need to slow down or we will cut you off." Like, they literally said that they would prevent me from friend requesting more people because I had, sent somebody out in a short period of time. I mean, but for me it was necessary. I don't have that extroverted personality that can just show up somewhere public and draw everyone's attention. I keep to myself. I don't say much publicly. So at least from the digital aspect of things, it's much easier for me to cut off a slice of my life and put it out there and talk about it with people, because I don't actually have to do it in person. I find that in person I often babble a lot, and I can't convey how I'm feeling about something effectively, or what I think about something effectively. I mean, or even defend my actions. I went to a dinner the other night with a friend of my wife and I, and, she asked me some questions, and it wasn't that she was putting me on the spot, but I mean, everything that I wanted to say was there, but I just couldn't get it out. I couldn't say what I wanted to say because at some point there's this, filter that everything has to go through, and sometimes things just get stuck. Whereas if I'm typing something out or I'm talking, in a digital way, things are a lot easier for me. So that was beneficial, and I do appreciate that aspect of it. But yeah, just a time suck. Like, I mean, I'm gonna have to keep growing it. I can't leave it the way it is now, but I'll have to organize my time better as far as doing that, because while I was doing it, my phone was going apeshit all the time. Like, it didn't stop notifying me of things from the time that I got up until I went to bed. So much so that I had to put my phone on airplane mode just so I could sleep, because constantly, over and over and over again, I was, at the mercy of all of my new friends. So, that and utilizing LinkedIn has been very beneficial to me. I've spoken with quite a few very prominent figures in both the comics industry and the animation industry, which is something that I previously I had no way to do, or I didn't, because I live in small town, Midwest setting. There's nothing like that out here. There's no way for me to talk to people that are doing the things that I can do and I want to do professionally without the help of social media. So that's why it's super important, but it also does come at a cost because of the time that it takes you to get to where you need to go. So with that, I end this week's episode. I hope you've all enjoyed me babble about things and the better quality of not only what you see behind me, but how you see it. I do love this camera. I've never used a professional camera before, so it was kind of a learning curve. So it took me a few days to kind of get all the settings and everything figured out. But I think I've gotten it so far. So until next time, I am still Justin. You are still you. Thank you for watching.